What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dicky, and welcome back to Dicky Swamp. Today, I'm gonna be telling you guys why I stopped being friends with white people. Now, I don't have beef with white people, but for some reason, they got beef with me. This one time, this girl invited me to this college party, and the girl who invited me was black. And before she invited me, she was like, "Hey, you know, it's gonna be like a lot of white people there, right?" And I was like, "Okay." Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit uncomfortable, but and I was a little bit uncomfortable because of the things that happened to me in the past. But I was like, you gonna be there, so it's gonna be okay. Tell me why 5 minutes into me showing up, this chick left. Like we hung out for a little bit downstairs because it was this experimental rock show going on. But after that, she got like a little bit tired, so she just was like, "Hey, I'm about to go." I was like, "All right, well, I'll see you another time, I guess." So she headed out, and then I headed upstairs, and then like they were passing out drinks, and I got a drink, and I was like mixing and like mingling. But then I got kind of sad because I was like, the only reason why I came here just walked out the door. So what am I to do now? So after feeling kind of like mopey and down, I went to the living room to go sit down, and then when I did, I seen like this big ass mason jar full of weed. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I had to resist the urge to take that shit because it was speaking to me like the Green Goblin mask. Take it, take it. Go settle down now. We're not doing that today. Because I'm just like, no, like this is somebody else's stuff. Like I don't want it. So after doing that, so after that, this girl she came in the living room and she's just like yapping out the mouth, like she's just talking a lot. And so she came in and kind of like asked everybody like what their preference is, like whether or not they like blunts or joints. So she's like, "Hey guys, what do you like? Blunts or joints? Blunts or joints?" And everybody's like joints, man, joints, bro. I love a good fucking joint, man. So then it gets to me, and she asks me, she's like, "What do you like? Blunts or joints?" And I'm like, "Oh, I like blunts, like, cause when I started smoking, I don't smoke, but when I like did smoke in the past, I started smoking like blunts, so I was just used to that. But when I said that, everybody was like, I was like okay, all right, that's fine. And I went back to going on my phone. So after that, she like pops down next to me, and like I guess she's gonna like try to like roll up. So she goes to go grab the mason jar full of weed, and when she grabs it, she's like, "This is like a little low. There's a lot of weed missing out here." And after she says that, I just like I got like this weird feeling. So I looked up, and when I did, everybody in the room was looking at me. Like out of 200 or so people that kept coming and going that night, everybody just assumed that I did it, like that because I was sitting next to it. It was weird because it was like everybody was doing their own thing and everybody was like in their own world, but the moment she said that, it was like they just woke up like they was like some sleeper agents, and they just all turned around and started looking at me. It was actually kind of scary. I was like, all right, this is like some cult like shit. Let me like order my Uber and get the fuck on. Now that's not the only thing that's ever happened to me. The first time something like this that had ever happened to me was when I was in ninth grade. It was this boy named Garrett. Now, me and Garrett, we hung out during lunch along with three other boys. Now, one of the boys was this Nigerian dude, and he had the same like build and body type as me. So he was like short, but he was also like quirky, and he might have either been autistic or gay because he had like the T-Rex hands, and I didn't know if it was like zest or like he was just on the spectrum, like had a little touch of autism. The other guy was like this tall ass Indian guy, like he was 6'2". I was like, damn, I didn't know Indians can get that tall. He was like, yeah, man, I'm taller than like my mom and dad. They don't even know why I'm so tall. I said, hey, maybe my mom had sex with a black guy. He did not like when I said that shit. And then the last dude was this white boy. He was also like petite, like he had the same build as me and a Nigerian boy, but he was very like liberal and politically informed. So he would always talk to me about like the current policies and the current thing that was going on, and like it really informed me and kept me updated. But Garrett, however, let's just say that Garrett was not very politically informed. All right, Garrett was a ham hock, collard green, cornbread, country fed ass white boy. I mean, big fat ass, tall ass, redneck ass white boy. Like, now, as you can see, I didn't really like Garrett. I didn't like how he spoke or his opinion on things. And honestly, a lot of people who have the qualities that I just described are normally very racist. However, Garrett wasn't racist. Like, he had never really like done anything to like give me that impression. So I was just like, all right, let me calm down and realize that people can have like other opinions outside of mine and just understand that. Until one day, Garrett said something incredibly racist. This was around the time that Obama was running for his second term, so racial tensions were a little high. And somehow, some way, we got on the topic of Obama, and then he was like, Obama? I wouldn't touch Obama with a 10-foot pole. Damn, a 10-foot pole? He must not really like Obama. I was like, okay, he must not really like his policies. There's no way he said that in a racist way, because he's hanging out with two black guys, a person of color, and a liberal white nigga. Like, come on now. Like, it's no, it's just, I was like, no way, not my nigga Garrett. But it still rubbed me the wrong way. So I stopped hanging out with them for a little bit. So 2 weeks go by, and I'm like lonely. I'm like, oh, I don't know nobody hang out with. So I'm like, all right, like I just have to go hang out with them. So I go over to our spot, and before I walked up, they were like laughing and like joking and kicking it. But the moment I walked up, they got quiet. I'm like, y'all good? Like, they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Now, I don't, exactly remember what we were talking about, but I do remember I interjected myself in the conversation, and I had said something. And then after I said something, Garrett responded like very aggressively. And I didn't really think much of it because, like I said, at this point, I'm like, that's just his personality. That's how he talks. That's who he is. So I like jokingly, respond back to what he say. And he's like, well, if that's how you feel about it, then hit me then, nigger. Hit me, nigger. Nigger? Damn. Like, I didn't feel like it was that deep. Like, I don't feel like I said nothing like that crazy. I really didn't. But it just awoken the beast in that nigga. And the racism just spewed out. Now, I understand if he was like upset or whatever, and he didn't mean it like that, but that word has nothing but a racist connotation behind it. So once you say that, it's no going back. And I put hands on that nigga, no lie. So we only got suspended for 2 days because like midterms were coming up, and like it would have been no other time for us to take them. So I was like, all right, well, forget it. Let's just, end it right here and let me get on with my life. So I come back from getting suspended, and I go over to our little hangout spot, and then guess who I see over there? The Indian nigga, the Nigerian nigga, and the liberal white nigga, which sounds like a build up to a joke, but it's not, because this is the farthest thing from funny. The last person was Garrett. They all hanging out together. I was like, damn. Like, I couldn't believe it. Really. Like, I feel like all that, like, that unity stuff, that, minority unity stuff, I feel like it's not really real, because a lot of people, a lot of, like, non-black people or Americans, I feel like black Americans are really alone in this shit, because a lot of people, they'll kind of just do anything. It feels like they kind of just do anything to be closer to like white people or like white supremacy. Like, if white supremacy, like minority unity means nothing in the face of white supremacy. Like, and I was like, well, like, and I know, like I said, I know we're all just kids. Like, I get it, you know. But like, I feel like that is literally one of the worst things that you could say to someone. So to still be cool with someone after that is kind of unacceptable. So yeah, but anyway, the third story happened about 2 years ago. I met this white girl on Bumble, and she was actually really cool. She was cool. I came over to her house. She had like this roommate. He was white. I came in. I dapped him up, and we're like chilling in the living room while she's in the kitchen cooking dinner. So we eat dinner, and we're cuddled up on the couch, and this nigga still in there. So she's like, "Come on, let's just like go back to my room." I'm like, "Alright, you gotta tell me twice." So we go back to her room, and she like, "Let me change it to something more comfortable." I'm like, "Okay." So she pulled her jeans down, and the moment she like pulled them down, the ash just fell out the jeans. Like it spilled out of that motherfucker like a bucket. I mean, that motherfucker was fat. She had a sleeper build. Like it was so fat. I was like, oh, like goodness gracious. I had to like go up and like grab it. Like I was like. And when I did, like she kind of like turned around and like, it's not. I'm like, yeah, baby, you like that shit. But but she turned around and she started to kiss me and shit, and I was like, damn, because she had big ass titty too. I don't know where all this came from. It just was there, so I'm grabbing that motherfucker. Like, and she's like, all right, let me like get dressed. I let her get dressed, and then we get in bed. She put on a movie, and at this point, honestly, I can't stop staring at her. Like I really can't, because it's ingrained in my mind now. Like I'm just. So she like look over at me and she like, what? I'm like, what you mean? What? Like, come on now. So then after that, she like laughed, and then she get on top of me. And in my last story, in my last video, I talked about how I like when girls rub my chest and like kiss me and all that. She was the person that made me realize this. God. She was the person that made me realize this, because she started sucking on my neck. Like a damn vent, like sucking on my neck and like kissing on my chest and like my stomach. I was like, hold on, let me take that off. Oh, they got it, motherfucker. So she did it so good that like I had to return the favor. Like, so I ate her out. I ate that cooch. I ain't gonna lie. I ate that cooch and the gooch. I was all up in there, bro. They say milk builds strong bones, so I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, I'm like, all right, like you would have to come suck me up now, cause like nah, like ain't no way. so then she like get back on top of me, and then she like pulled out my boxes a little bit. Oh, shit. So then she pulled out my boxes like slow with it. Like she's really building up the tension. Like she know what to do. Like she just, she did a good job. She did a really good job. Like I love that shit. But so she pulled out my boxers. And that shit come out. And she like, you got a pretty ass dick. Like, bro, that is top 2 comments you could tell a nigga. That's literally top 2 comments that you could tell a nigga. So, anyway, after that, she like sucked me up. It was amazing. Then I like picked her up and like she wrapped her legs around me. I'm gripping that motherfucker and we just kissing. And then after that, we just went to sleep. We didn't have actual intercourse. We just did everything else, and it felt great. Like it felt very intimate. Like that was one of the best, I won't say best nights of my life, but like best sexual experiences I've ever had, for real. Like for real. But after that, I spent the night, and then I went to go leave the next day, and I dapped up her roommate. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna fuck with you. I'll see you next time. And then I kissed her and hugged her before I left, and I closed the door. Now I don't know if she thought I had a car or something like that, but I didn't. I definitely ordered an Uber over there. So while I'm outside, like waiting for my Uber, all I can hear is, what the fuck? Why do you keep bringing these niggas over here? I keep telling you not to bring these fucking black guys over here. Like, they eat our food. They make the place smell like shit. Like, you literally fed that fucking nigger. was like, damn. Like, I couldn't believe that this side just came out of this man. Like, it's not like I was like I couldn't believe it, but I was more so just like, I don't know, like he was literally just around me, like he was cool. So it was just very weird how like he just hit that entire time and it just came out. Now she wasn't going for it, she was arguing with him, like she didn't. I don't know how she really felt about it, but they kind of argued back and forth for a little bit, and I'm just like, all right, Uber, dude, where you at? Time for you to get the fuck up out of here. Now I say all that to say that I have no beef with white people. I'm not necessarily eager to be friends with them, but at the same time, I don't have like a dislike or a disdain for white people. I'm kind of just like, you know, whatever. I do feel like racism has gotten really bad in the past 10 years, though. Like, over the course of 10 years, I feel like it's different now because they're not just like people typing online. They're like people who are like, it's like that, but it's also people who are like organized and they have financial backing and they have like high political figures in power. Like, you know, a lot is changing. A lot is changing, and I honestly I don't really feel safe. I don't really feel safe. So, I want to build a world or like build a community at least around people who are like dedicated to like making other people feel safe. Of course, within your own means, but like, yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Like, be a better people, and realize that like I don't want to say it's a war happening or we're at war, but like just be more aware of your surroundings and what's happening. Like, really just do your research and like get informed and try to do what's right. Try to fight for what's right. That's pretty much it. But yeah, if you guys like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the ride. I love you guys so much. So much. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.